Once upon a time, in a hospital far, far away, there was a Mr. Red lying on a hospital bed. His condition was unfortunate. Terrible symptoms had sealed his fate. His friends and family had disowned him. The stigma of the disease had shamed them. What happened to Mr. Red, you ask? To find that out will be our task.
What is AIDS? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome? And what is HIV? Human immunodeficiency virus. But what actually is AIDS? What it does to our body? How is it different from other diseases? When other disease attacks our body, our antibodies fight against that disease and we are cured. But when AIDS, the HIV virus, attacks our body, it directly attacks the antibodies and destroys it. So then other diseases gets into our body and we have no defense.
Mr. Red decided to find out more about this disease he had been diagnosed with. He decided to check online to learn more about its history. AIDS was first observed clinically in the United States in 1981. The initial cases were drug users who injected and homosexual men who showed surprisingly compromised immune systems. HIV-1 and HIV-2 originated in primates in Western Central Africa and was transferred to humans in the early 20th century. This came about due to the evolution of SIV, simian immunodeficiency virus, that hunters or meat vendors usually acquired, which allowed it to mutate into HIV. The earliest documented case of HIV in a human dates back to 1959 in the Congo. A 15-year-old boy, Robert Rayford, was the earliest HIV/AIDS case in America. The true cause of his death remained unidentified till 1987. In India, the first known case of HIV was in 1986 among female sex workers in Chennai. It is thought that foreigners who frequented brothels were responsible for spreading this in India. In 2010, a study carried out by the British Medical Journal estimated the population that lived with AIDS to be between 1.4 to 1.6 million people.
AIDS is not a disease that is detected suddenly. Mr. Red showed a number of symptoms that confirmed the presence of AIDS. It included cough and shortness of breath, lack of coordination, mental symptoms such as confusion and forgetfulness, severe diarrhea, fever, vision loss, severe headaches with neck stiffness. During his research, he found that there are the opportunistic infections which included herpes simplex, which are painful blisters in the genital area, Kaposi's sarcoma, the most common AIDS-related cancer, which causes reddish-purple lesions that usually appear on the skin, tuberculosis, recurring pneumonia. The opportunistic infection also affects the eyes, gastrointestinal tract, genitals, liver, and lungs. People with AIDS are prone to develop cancer, such as cervical cancer. After the diagnosis of AIDS is made, the average survival time has been estimated to be 2 to 3 years.
The immense nature of this epidemic leads to mass fear and hysteria and many misconceptions of the virus. Mr. Red here becomes the victim to stigma and discrimination from the people around. Sex workers, injecting drug users, and other marginalized groups like homosexuals are seen as people living with HIV and AIDS and also as responsible for spreading it. Mr. Red was believed to be infected with HIV as a result of doing something inherently wrong. Such stigma and discrimination is caused by a lack of understanding of HIV, how it is spread, lack of access to treatment, irresponsible media coverage of the epidemic, the fact that AIDS has no cure, and already existing prejudices related to sexuality, disease, drug use, and death. And such stigmatization can take many forms, such as lack of access to equal health care, denial of equal opportunities for employment, denial of education to HIV-positive children, detention of HIV-infected. Stigma and discrimination fuels the epidemic. It prevented Mr. Red from coming forward and getting tested. Mr. Red did not see himself at risk because he did not belong to one of the stereotypically stigmatized groups. It also prevented him from disclosing his own status. Also, Mr. Red denied the seriousness of the epidemic, which hindered preventative measures.
So, like everybody else, Mr. Red too turned to media, especially the internet, to find awareness about his million questions. He was so amazed to see that YouTube had around 16 lakh videos educating him about what he shouldn't have done. India alone has produced around 20,000 documentaries on this subject. Philadelphia, Angels in America, Longtime Companion, A Mother's Prayers are a few Hollywood movies made on AIDS. India, there are even lesser. Even in spite of having renowned filmmakers like Farhan and Zoya Akhtar making movies on AIDS, these movies did not enter mainstream. Recently, Gumrah ran a 1 hour show on the misconceptions internet is spreading about AIDS. He read over the internet that if he passed AIDS to a virgin woman, he would get cured. At the end of it, he realized his mistake and he killed himself. The story is based on a true incident. The Indian National Control Program was set up in 1991. Even in spite of having active awareness programs, the misconceptions regarding these are never ending. Misconceptions remind me the tribes of South Africa are known for their bizarre ideas and prevention methods. A tribe in South Africa forced the women to stay virgin. They have a virginity test every 1 year, and the ones who successfully cross this test are celebrated, and the ones who don't are thrown in the ones who don't are disowned.
Mr. Red goes to the doctor hoping to find a cure for his disease, but he is disappointed when the doctor says that there is no cure. But he is told that treatment is available and it can help in slowing down the virus from spreading, but with side effects. The treatment is in the form of medication and is lifelong, and it must be followed very thoroughly. Even 1 day missed could result in the virus becoming immune to it. Once Dr. Red starts his treatment, he starts to experience fatigue, dizziness, and headaches, and over time, he experiences weight distribution, skin rashes, hair loss, and so on. Antiretroviral medicine works by stopping the HIV from making copies of itself, thereby decreasing the viral load in the body. This allows the body to make more CD4 T cells. The aim is basically to reduce the viral load to very low levels for as long as possible. ART is one form of treatment that uses a combination of 3 or more medications for a stronger effect. This is generally recommended. The doctor informs Mr. Red that even though there is no cure, there have been a few researches that have existed that have cured cancer. For instance, the case of Mr. Timothy Brown, where his cancer was completely cured after treatment following the bone marrow surgery. Bee venom is also said to cure HIV as well, but research is still in progress.
AIDS affected Mr. Red not only physically but mentally and socially because of the negative attitude of society, discriminations, and stigmatization, especially in developing countries like India. Mr. Red experienced social rift, changing pattern of sexual behaviors and self-image. He lost employment, financial resources, and even family and friends. Mr. Red must get support from social workers, as it is the strongest source of social support associated with high levels of medication complex patients with HIV/AIDS. Social workers' concerns reaches into every area of the client's daily life, confronting the challenges the client faces every day. Social support is the help from other people. It means the availability of people whom a person trusts and who make one feel cared for and valued as a person. In order for effective caregiving to occur, there must be an element of trust, acceptance, and communication between the caregiver and receiver. The strong caregiving network has been found to help Mr. Red's medication regime and to reduce depressive symptoms. It can also play a key role in finding meaning in his life, gain a sense of control, and also to restore his self-esteem. When facing societal discrimination and other hardships related to HIV/AIDS, a strong and supportive family is one of the first line of defense. But people generally don't support because they think that it might bring shame for the whole family. The family would experience shame and also social and psychological pressure. Thus, social support is one of the effective treatment that would help him to fight against HIV/AIDS.
Mr. Red wondered what is the difference between HIV and AIDS. HIV is a virus while AIDS is a syndrome. HIV attacks T cells in the immune system, whereas AIDS is a medical condition appearing in the advanced stages of HIV infection. It is possible to be infected with HIV without developing AIDS. However, in AIDS, without treatment, HIV infection is allowed to progress and will develop into AIDS in the vast majority of cases. The prognosis: chronic rather than acutely fatal. The prognosis varies. CD4 count and viral load are useful for predicted outcomes. The average survival time without treatment is 9 to 11 years, depending on the HIV subtype. Highly active antiretroviral therapy, HAART, is a prevention for the infection and reduces death rate by 80%.